Hey, this is actually incredible. I'm driving through Los Angeles right now. Granted, it's a Saturday morning that I'm filming this. You're not going to see a Saturday, but traffic is pretty light, which is an absolute miracle, even on a Saturday. Hope I didn't speak too soon. No, that's not what this is all about. What I'm going to talk about is, let's say you have, you've got a year's worth of food and water. You've got 365 days worth of food and water stored up, ready to go. Now SHTF happens. Okay, hit the fan. It's without rule of law, grid down. Worst of the worst. And you're living pretty good for the 365 days because you've got everything that you need. Let's say you've got solar, you've got food, and you've got food that you like, and you've got enough water. And let's say SHTF happens longer than anticipated. Now you're on day 366 and you've got 30 days before you starve to death. You also got 3 days before you're dead of dehydration. What do you do? Oh. You better make sure that you've got a good way of water purification and finding water if you are in the desert. And good luck. If you're in the south, then okay. Yeah, you might be okay because there's plenty of water in the south. You just got purified. Oh, what are you gonna do for food? Let's say you didn't figure out how to scavenge for food, forage for food, hunt and or raise food. Well, like I said, you've got 30 days before you're dead of starvation. So what could have prevented this? Well, right now, while times are relatively good, I say relatively good because right now we have rule of law, if you want to call it that, in some places. The grid is up for the most part, and everyone is going about their daily lives, their daily routines. So while times are okay right now, what you need to be doing is researching how to forage for food in your local area or where you're going to bug out. You need to figure out what plants you can and cannot eat, the nutritional values for the edible plants in your area. That way you know which plants to go for over others, which may have more nutritional value. You need to learn the local wildlife, because if you're in a rural enough area, especially like where I am, I'm in Los Angeles right now, but I'm driving a friggin' truck. I live in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico, so you live in the middle of nowhere like where I do, then you might very well have game that you can hunt. It might not all have been hunted to extinction in your area. So you need to figure out what kind of game is in your area and research which animals have more fat content, because believe it or not, you can die from eating this one, or rabbits. I think it's just rabbits, because I think they have no fat content. And I believe you can still starve to death while eating those. You need to figure out what animals in your area you can hunt that will help keep you alive or help keep you thrive in that kind of situation. If you are able to, you should learn how to raise animals if you have enough acreage. Maybe try raising a cow or a couple cows, chickens, goats, things like that. And holy crap, there's a international Workstar limousine that just got on I-5 northbound. That was interesting. Never seen anything like that in my life. Anyways, you need to figure out the kind of animals that you could have or hunt in your area, what kind of animals you could raise, best kind of animals you could raise, what kind of meats that you're gonna like, that you like more, if you like chicken, or do you like beef, you like pork, you know, even fish, you know, if you could probably even do your own kind of like hatchery if you really wanted to, if you had enough money to do so. I mean, I'm not going to do that because, one, I live in the middle of the desert. I do have enough land for one, but yeah, I live in the middle of the desert. It gets really hot. Water tends to evaporate kind of quickly where I live. But yeah, you know, if you live near the coast, you can definitely do fishing during that kind of, you know, I mean, anytime really, but especially during SHTF, you're going to want to do fishing. You know, you're going to want to do everything you can to preserve your preps. You know, you might have, like I said, you might have 365 days worth of preps. Well, if you don't ration those, and if you don't substitute your preps, then that's all you have. You only have 365 days worth of preps. But if you ration your preps and you do other things like hunt, fish, grow, raise food, you know, if you do all of that, then you could definitely turn that 365, you know, that 1 year's worth of preps into 2 years or more worth of preps. You know, and then when your preps finally do run out and you have that skill set, you wouldn't really even need a prep anymore. You can just continue doing, you know, using your skill set for growing food, finding food, hunting, fishing for food. You know, you can use all those techniques, and you're going to be even better off than the regular prepper who only has preps to last them a year or so. They don't have the skill set. Not everyone has the skill set. You know, not everyone is interested in getting or learning those skills, do all of that. Yeah, so definitely I would highly recommend, if you don't have those kind of skills, for knowing what kind of food is around you, plant-wise and even animal-wise, is very important. Guys, I'm sorry if it's hard to hear me. The I-5 through LA is not good. It's you know, with all the taxes out here in California, you would think that their roads would be a little bit more acceptable. I mean, they're not Indiana level that. I mean, I guess they can be. But you would think with all the taxes out in California that their roads would be a little bit better than they are, but they're not. That's a little off topic. Guys, I highly recommend that you learn the skill set to grow food, to forage for food, what plants are and are not edible, which plants have the highest nutritional value for you, what animals are best to hunt in your area, and is there fishing in your area, and if so, well, fishing isn't hard, but I guess some people can suck at it. To learn how to fish, learn how to hunt, and then if you're going to learn how to hunt, then you're also going to need to learn how to gut the animal, what not to puncture, because guys, if you puncture the stomach, it's game over. You don't want to do that. You're going to want to learn how to get the meat off the animal that you're going to want to eat, and then even possibly use the animal's hide, make clothing out of it, or you can make, you know, do enough of it, you can make shelter, you know, the way Native Americans did it. Learn that kind of stuff. You're going to be a lot better off, I promise.